Live TV can be very exciting to watch because you truly never know what could happen. There are so many people involved in making sure that everything runs smoothly, but unfortunately they often forget to factor in celebrities and influencers making mistakes, or even worse, saying something controversial that changes the way that their fans view them. Welcome to the third part that we have done in this series. If you haven't already, make sure you tap that like button to show some love to the channel, and with that out of the way, let's get right into today's top 10. Coming in number 10, Piers Morgan. If you recall, when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle appeared on Oprah, Piers Morgan had a lot to say about the interview the following day. While on Good Morning Britain, the host sounded off about Meghan lying during the interview, even at one point referring to her as the Pinocchio princess in a tweet later that day. Following his comments, the station received over 41,000 complaints. His live TV moment that sort of ruined his career, though, was when he clashed on air with weather presenter Alex Beresford. Alex criticized Piers for continuing to trash Meghan, which prompted Piers to just get up while he was speaking and walk right off the set. He would return within 10 minutes, but the damage was already done. In a statement, the studio spokesperson said, "Following discussions with ITV, Piers Morgan has decided now is the time to leave Good Morning Britain. ITV has accepted this decision and has nothing further to add." Coming in number 9, Jim Carrey. At the New York Fashion Week in 2017, Jim Carrey made a rare appearance, and while walking down the red carpet, he did his best to avoid an interview with E! News. At first, he really tried to twirl around a few times and not really stand still, hoping that would work, but she was persistent. Carrey then even says that he wanted to find the most meaningless event that he could go to, and that's how he ended up there. The interviewer, trying to keep the integrity of the event high, claims that it's a celebration of icons, for which Jim says, "Icons don't exist. I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe you exist. But there is a wonderful fragrance in the air." Before departing from this awkward interview, though, he leaves her with a nugget of truth.
Here's the thing, it's not our world.
None of this is real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Oh, wow.
There's the good news.
Okay.
Coming in number 8, Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld is one of the most successful comedians of all time, no doubt. His show Seinfeld was on television for 9 years, and Jerry's decision to go out on top proved to be one of the most lucrative deals for the comedian ever. Since the final episode, the show has generated over $3 billion in repeat fees. But for whatever reason, Larry King thought that they canceled the show. Even though Larry King worked for CNN, he wasn't known for his hard-hitting questions. Yet for whatever reason, he decided to use an interview promoting Jerry's B-movie to ask him if Seinfeld was canceled.
I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Most shows
is this still
go down.
CNN? That was the #1 show on television, Larry.
Do
you know who I am?
And you can see right away in Seinfeld's body language how frustrated he gets when Larry even tries to insinuate this. Jerry does not back down though and immediately goes on the attack, telling King that he was the #1 show on television before adding the very crass line of, "Do you know who I am?" That's my best Jerry Seinfeld. Coming in number 7, Dakota Johnson. This without a doubt has to be the cringe heard around the world. We got to watch the live falling out between Dakota Johnson and her mother Melanie Griffith on the red carpet of the Oscars. Just because the cameras are rolling, they fake laugh their way through this entirely awkward interview. The whole thing started off on a really bad note too. The interviewer praises Melanie while repeatedly calling Dakota her little girl, which just downplays how successful that she's been on her own. Then when her mother is asked if she has watched 50 Shades of Grey, her mom outright says that she wouldn't watch the movie, which clearly hurts her daughter.
Feels like everybody has seen it. Have you?
No. No. Not maybe.
What do you have
Maybe
say?
one day.
You don't want to see it?
Maybe one day. I don't think I can.
Regardless of the content of the film and the positive reviews, a kid is always looking for that recognition from their parents. Nonetheless, this is one embarrassing live TV moment. Coming in number 6, Kourtney Kardashian.
Yes, sorry.
Sorry about that. So I just was wondering how everyone's doing. Hello, Kourtney. Have we lost you?
After her sister Kim was robbed in Paris, Today Extra, an Australian news outlet, was interviewing Kourtney via satellite from Los Angeles. They asked her how Kim was doing following this traumatic event, but suddenly Kourtney's face freezes. You then can sort of hear what sounds like her publicist saying, "Do not answer that question."
We were very empathetic about what happened and very sort of horrified. And so we were wondering, how is everyone going and how's Kim doing?
What? Okay.
The interviewer then goes on a bit of a rant saying that she could simply say that her sister is doing fine, as they too speculate that she was told to be quiet. However, she then does answer the question on her own, saying that she's not doing great, and I think that they're all still shaken up by it. Her response to what appeared to be her blanking was that the audio on the other end wasn't coming through. Sure. Coming in number 5, Ninja.
Let's get it, come on baby, show me what you got, show me what, just move. If you got to know it, just move. It's all I want to see, some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement. Oh my God. God.
This video will still be one of the funniest things in the world to me. I don't know what brilliant executive thought this would be a good idea, but man, did they ever misread this opportunity. First of all, you're trying to get a bunch of New Yorkers who have been standing out in the rain for hours to dance. That was their first mistake. Secondly, they have a man famous for playing video games, most of which in that crowd I'm sure they have never even heard of Fortnite, doing a dance that is perhaps the most cringe-worthy dance since the Macarena. The end result is Ninja, soaking wet on live television, dancing alone while yelling, "I'm not seeing any movement." Yeah, no, very cringe. Coming in number 4, Logan Paul.
But Facebook is actually inactive. Your Facebook account is inactive.
Why are you about to call me out live like that? What are you doing?
Influencers are often very comfortable in front of the camera, but few can actually nail a live interview aired on television. Logan Paul by far has some of the best live TV moments where his troll humor just doesn't translate. While on Fox Business, he was called out about his Facebook being inactive, for which he didn't really have an answer for. It was a small moment, but one that definitely threw him off his game for a little bit. He also oddly said on live TV that he had pink eye. Word of advice, you don't need to tell us you have pink eye. We can see it, and if we can see it, you probably shouldn't be out in the public.
Like I'm definitely going downhill from here.
Did that make you nervous?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm terrified. I think it's the beginning of the end.
Come on.
I also have pink eye, and so this whole thing is like, I don't even...
Okay, don't touch the set.
Coming in number 3, Casey Neistat.
No.
Yeah,
we were
just catch
trying
up.
to do a serious thing here, and this is not funny. That's catch up. Do not be upset. There are children watching. That was not funny. That's totally uncool.
Teaming up with Fox News, Casey and his brother were attempting to show them how easy it was for thieves to steal bikes in New York City. Casey, thinking it would be fun to prank the on-the-street host, ended up really making a fool out of himself. When his brother started using the saw to break the chain around the bike used in this example, Casey shot ketchup onto the ground and dropped as if his neck had just been sliced. When no one was laughing and the woman interviewing them began freaking out, he quickly had to stand up, dust himself off, and apologize. And again, it was very embarrassing. Coming in number 2, Cara Delevingne. Let's just say her dry British humor was not really received well by these happy-go-lucky morning news hosts at CBS Sacramento. At the start of the interview, she was asked some very dumb questions, admittedly. For example, the film Paper Town was based on a book, so they asked her if she had read the book, and then immediately after making a snide comment about her probably not having enough time to read, Cara obviously takes offense to this, judging by her body language, but instead decides to flip it into a joke, saying that she didn't even bother reading the script, just winged it. And the interviewers actually take this as factual for a moment before her laughing cuts the tension. But that's not even the most awkward part of this interview though.
Yeah, I think it's just you.
I think it probably is us.
Yeah.
Well, then on that note...
We figured as much.
We'll let you go then. How about that? We'll let you go take a little nap, maybe get a Red Bull. How about that?
After one interviewer asked her why she isn't as excited as her other interviews, she remarks that it's very early and that she thought it was going well. So again, jokingly she says, "It must be you," which certainly did not go over well with the studio executives, nor the people interviewing her. Last but certainly not least, coming in at our number 1 spot, Ryan Seacrest.
I am pumped.
As you should be. Well, I'm giving you a high five. Congratulations, there it is. And we will see you in Hollywood, California.
This video of Ryan Seacrest trying to high-five a blind man is peak cringe. My body feels like it turns inside out every time I watch it. On January 13th, 2009, during an episode of American Idol, a blind man named Scott finds out that all 4 judges have decided to put him through to the next round. As Scott comes back into the holding room to share the good news with his family, Seacrest looks noticeably impatient while standing by the door. As his family gets excited, Ryan goes for a high five, and the moment his hand comes up, you can see his brain switch to panic mode once he realizes that Scott is about to leave him hanging on live television. So in a bizarre series of events, Ryan reaches down, grabs his hand to prompt a high five. It was a hilariously awkward and certainly one celebrity moment that a lot of people have forgotten about. By the way guys, that has been the top 10 live TV moments that ruined careers part 3. But before we get out of here, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled Caught in 4K, Gabby Hanna and Jesse Smiles Truth Exposed. Kristen Alexis says, "I felt so bad listening to this yesterday and then immediately remembering Jessie is pregnant, having to go through this again. It's absolutely terrible that Gabby Hanna and her are going at it again, especially like you said, while she's pregnant." Sparkly says, "Canadian tan, go Johnny." I didn't think anyone would notice, but thank you. Caitlin Panko says, "Yet again, how many times is this now?" Honestly, Caitlin, I've lost count. Ms. Rami A says, "I honestly don't care, just supporting your channel." Well, thank you. We appreciate you being here. Your local Marvel fanatic says, "Pick me." Hey, you've been picked. Anyway, guys, that has been today's top 10. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube. Or at least try.